Hello Capricorn, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect. This is your reading for the next 7 to 10 days of your Capricorn Sun, Moon, Rising or Venus. Please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It is a very general reading. We have the 10th house for you, Capricorn, so you may be focusing on your career. This does not feel like a love reading, although that might be in the mix. It's very much on business, career, your public persona, and it's Saturn. So we have some restrictions, some limitations, some hard lessons. It can mean that you're very determined to see things through. It does have its positive Saturn. And then we've got Cancer, which is a bit soft next to those two. Cancer can represent a self-care, the mother, comfort. And then, and it is the 4th house as well. So it's house, it's family, parents, property. So all of that seems to be in the mix here. Now, the center of the reading looks fantastic. And then the fox is underneath it all. And I just kept getting a really uncomfortable feeling about the fox. I have clarified him, which does make, really where my mind was going with it. There is something in the present here that's speaking of a successful contract. That may be something for the long term. It may even involve retirement. It's probably involving an older man, a family, an elder of some sort. It doesn't need to be a man, but it is, because I've just checked and I've got the mature man and the thief, and that's why I clarified that, because I was thinking that just looks so incredible, and even the future energy looks good. And I started to get my doubts when I heard bad guy come through in the past here. So Capricorn, in the past you have got the dog and the coffin, which speaks of the ending of a friendship or some sadness. It can even speak of bankruptcy in some cases. A friend, a colleague, maybe a brother. And this dog has got the archetypes of the saboteur, the student and the mediator. So there's something that's been done in the past here that's been self-destructive. I'm feeling a kind of destructive energy. I mean, certainly in the past, but I'm feeling it under the deck in my fairies as well here. So this is maybe an attempt to undermine someone. The student is about learning, having a lot to learn. It's usually a very humble card. It's open to, lifelong learning, but it can also be an arrogance in pursuit of destructive knowledge. And I'm not joking. When I saw the base of the deck with the underworld, and then I saw the destroyer, I got a real Faustian bargain deal coming off this reading. A deal with the devil. Because it's someone, and what was his name? Faustus? His main drive was that he didn't feel he could learn anymore without, summoning a devil and making a deal. So it's selling your soul, basically. Someone's in some way kind of sold out here. And I really got a feeling that this is like, obviously this is extreme, but, shrink it down. It's basically saying that there's some sort of negotiation in the past here that's involved maybe ending a friendship or has ended a friendship. There may even have been someone who passed here, honestly, because I do have Thanatos up here. And I do have a kind of letting go energy. But Faustus was basically in pursuit of more knowledge that he could not obtain in this earthly realm. So, he summoned up the devil and basically sat down and, made a deal. He drew out the terms of the contract here, which is ultimately, successful in some way. Something that you pay for a very long time. So there's been something done in the past here that's put into a friendship, or it does involve a brother, or it doesn't even involve some sort of death here, and there are negotiations. So it could just be, an inheritance of some sort that has been wrangled over. But honestly, it does look so good. It's literally saying a successful contract, a happiness around a contract. It can sometimes be a relationship. I don't really feel that. And it is something that maybe, is mature and it's wise. It's almost like destined, fated, but it's been someone's wish. And then the wish card is sat on the underworld here, someone has or does still have a very strong desire to obtain a wish, to the point that they're prepared to, you know, manipulate, steal, thieve, lie. And it's the mature man who would be the lilies in this deck, and this is the thief. So something has been taken here. So there is ultimately success for someone, but in terms of how they got it, that's another story. So your energy here, and obviously it can be interchangeable with it being a general, is the ring again, and the threshold and the apocalypse card here. Both the ring and the threshold and apocalypse to some degree are in reverse. So this may be a contract that you're considering. This may be something that's presented to you, or you know, whoever you're dealing with. And there feels like there's some sort of hesitation here, and that's kind of what I was feeling from the reading, because I was like, oh my gosh, this is great. And I'm like, why are they in reverse? I feel there's, I mean, it can speak of there's a refusal to take this step. So there may be something on offer, or that is offered to you in the next 7 to 10 days that seems on the surface to be fantastic. And yet there's a reluctance to take that step, because the threshold, once you take the step, there's no going back, you know. So there's a contract, a relationship, some sort of offer here. And apocalypse is in its upright is about removing the veil of deception, but it's also uncovering big lies, you know, global lies. And it can come with a feeling of kind of like hopelessness once it's under, you know, discovered, because, you know, this is the depths. This is incredibly murky. It's, you know, it's a realm of nightmares and fears and filth. And yet, and you see, there's some sort of gift or offer here, and it can be like the gift of a business, or a very, you know, an authoritative position, you know, like the CEO. Yeah. I was going to say presidency, but that's pushing it. It is something that is a formal offer of some sort, but it's coming from literally a cunning old man. Yeah. Whose desire for success is driven to the point that they, you know, they really don't care how they get there. This is someone who's supposed to be wise and mature, but underneath it is the fox with a thief. So something has been taken here. Now it may be a relationship's been taken, a contract's been taken, 10th house, somebody's, you know, career or business has been taken. But there's, because there's been something self-destructive done back in the past here, involving either this friend or brother or a colleague. And then we've got the vision and eros. So this is, you know, someone has a dream, a desire, a wish here. Now eros is usually speaking of some sort of, you know, a longing to merge with another, but that doesn't need to be, you know, sexual. And then we've got the desert, a more sort of longing, the mask. What's been hidden is the animal, is that someone is, you know, prepared to be rabid in terms of achieving their goals. So then we've got, I don't know why I'm going so deep here. The fault line is saying there's some sort of crack, there's something shifting here. And we've got the crone and the mystic. Somebody knows this. The crone and the mystic is the psychic. Somebody's been able to see this. The external energy is Thanatos, the sword, and the gem. And I am getting, again, this sort of drive for the gem. The gem is something that's unique, irreplaceable, a one-off. It can speak of talents, or, you know, actual gems as such. But there has been, like, with the sword here, this is like, you know, being very clear-minded, very determined, very focused, laser focused, that there is something that somebody wants to achieve or to obtain. And, you know, they might have gone to the underworld to get it. Or the Thanatos is about facing old age and, you know, dying and feeling that, you know, sometimes that you are getting a bit old. So this may be someone in later life. Of course, I'm going straight to Putin there, aren't I? But, you know, who's had a vision, had a hope, a wish, a dream, and maybe it's been taking so long that they now prepare to, you know, go about it in a bit of a bent way. Yeah. So the future is the Tower and the Bookie, and as I say, this is a legal offer, a formal offer. It's a gift. The gift, I mean, it can be a business. I mean, in terms of the type of business, it could be something involving beauty. The Bookie is a card of pleasure. It could be like a florist, or it can just speak of a beautiful building, but it would be a big building. It's not like the home. I mean, it can be, as I say, it could just be a legal offer. So if there's something legal that you've been dealing with here, and, you know, any sort of mediation and brokering is kind of broke down here, I do ultimately see that somebody is having some sort of success here. The issue is in terms of how they get there. Now this, I was going to say achievement, and it might well be an achievement, because the Nine of Cups is a Nine of Cups. Crikey. The Bookie is happiness, you know, is pleasure. So there does feel like there's a level of achievement here. We are in the 10th house. That's come through with the Journeyman in reverse and Lady of the Harvest. Now that may mean that somebody's had to give something up in terms of achieving this. The Journeyman has been unable to move, not been able to travel. Doesn't necessarily mean physically. It can mean that the timing isn't right for something, or something is in some way delayed. It does sometimes come through to me as a lack of support, because I always see the Journeyman isn't on his little launch pad here. And the Lady of the Harvest is a card of release. Someone is letting something go. It can involve grieving. It is ultimately a completion. So, you know, I mean, it's not a happy card, the Lady of the Harvest. And yet we have the Bookie. So that, I don't know what the deal is that someone has made, but I feel I mean, this even could speak of an arranged marriage. I'm not seeing the heart card here, because I don't think we're looking at love, but there's some sort of, you know, this can be an arranged marriage, or somebody has had to do some sort of deal with the devil to achieve what they've, you know, hoped for. And I do see that himself is at the base of the deck here as well, this masculine energy. In his upright, it's the divine masculine. He's a natural protector. He's the father, the provider. He has, you know, shamanic, magical powers. And he's in reverse. And that could mean, you know, if somebody feels drained, doesn't have a lot of energy. It can mean that in some way his energy is twisted, which can make him, you know, violent or volatile. And, you know, again, I've got initiation under that. Journeyman in reverse, initiation in reverse. Is that there's, as much as I'm feeling some level of success here, it seems to come at a price. But initiation is not taking the steps you should be taking. The Journeyman can also speak about someone who's very much on the wrong path, who's taken a wrong turn, who's accepted some sort of contract here, maybe something that they're you know, committed to for some time with the lilies. Let's see what do we want? Let me just see your energy over here. The ring, the threshold. Now, it could be a courtship, but it can speak of a meeting. High honor. This is some sort of reward or, you know, gift. That is ultimately the outcome here. I've just got a feeling that there's a possibility someone might not take this, because the Journeyman is making no moves. And the Lady of the Harvest is giving something up. Show me Thanatos with the gem. Concern. This is, you know, fretting, worried, sleepless nights. And I've also got a message of concern. So there is either some sort of contract or marriage here. I don't know if someone's like, you know, because I mean, I don't necessarily think it's a marriage as such, but if it were, this would be someone who's marrying someone because of the, you know, security. and possible financial comfort that that provides. Fool and the Ace of Pentacles. This is all new. Someone's getting a new start, a new offer, new job, new money. Why the concern? Why the concern? Thanatos, the sword, and the gem. Oh my gosh. 3 of Swords. So this is pain, this is loss, heartbreak. Tell me about the stars. Stars. Justice. This is the contract. You see what I'm saying? This is guidance. This has been on the right path. It's hopes, wishes. It's the right way to do things. And it all looks great. And yet there's something here. There's something under the surface that's not right. There is ultimately some sort of completion here. I do see the Empress in reverse. And we do have Cancer, so it may involve, you know, the mother. Let's see. Show me this mature man with the Thief. Hierophant. So in reverse, this can be the breaking of a contract, the breaking of a promise with someone from the past, maybe this friend. Now, it can also be an abuse of authority or someone who's having trouble with authority. So we've got going the right way, doing the right thing, and then there's this guy here. The government, this can literally be the government, the Tower over here. And someone may have a government, you know, job, something that, you know, they're tied to. We've got the contract success long term, then we've got possibly the breaking of contract here. Show me the mature man with the Thief. Could be a Leo. Thief. What's taking on part by day? The Thief. Gosh almighty, 3 big arcana. Gosh, look at that. So the Ace of Pentacles, lump sum money, possibly an inheritance, Wheel of Fortune, you know, things changing in a positive way. There's the Devil and the Truth. There's some sort of deal here that somebody's made. And as I say, they may have made it for their, you know, their own security. To something that, you know, somebody feels comfortable with. And maybe something they're not sharing. But I just still get this feeling that someone who's been willing to go down a certain route in terms of obtaining secret knowledge. There's a secret here as to what somebody is working on. Show me the Tower. Oh crikey, now get the Emperor. Got all the big daddies out. The Emperor, Justice, and the Hierophant. Could they get any more official? This is the Father. This is the mature man down here. We've got the 4 of Wands in reverse here, so maybe some instability at home. Can't speak of a broken marriage. 4 of Swords. Show me the bouquet. Oh my gosh, it's all money. Huge money. There's a Queen of Cups. 6 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. So this is about trying to make things fair. There is some sort of gift here. It may be the gift of, you know, reconciliation. Show me the connection between the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Oh, it's a good one. Ecstasis. This is bliss. This is joy. Somebody thinks this is funny. me just take some archetypes. So the King of Pentacles is Midas himself. This is someone who has reached some sort of level of success financially, career-wise for sure. Maybe involving a Cancerian. We do have Cancer coming through here. This is someone who's very determined, who, you know, has, I mean, they have achieved it. They have achieved something here. But something dodgy under here in terms of what's been taken. And what was the reading I did where someone was collateral damage? Is that Aries? But this is ecstasis is literally a joyful healing connection between this King of Pentacles, who I believe is the one that's in the Tower with the Emperor. This can speak of healing the past. This empowers all the cards around it. It's empowering both the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. Okay. This is about, you know, going for it, being on course. King of Pentacles. Child of the Divine. Innocence, purity, redemption, and suggestive special connection with the Divine. I don't know. I think somebody may have dabbled here in some way in terms of obtaining knowledge that they could not naturally obtain. To have some sort of wish fulfilled. But this is a, you know, I mean, they may have children between them, but this is like a blissful healing connection. And it may involve a reconciliation. There's certainly celebration. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is a dilettante. An artist. So this is someone who's, you know, vampire again. Still get that wee feeling under there. This is someone who can be very artistic. And you could be into writing, drawing, painting, singing. It's performing arts in some way. But it can be somebody who pretends to have more knowledge than they do. Maybe someone who is an artist, but they're not, you know, really good at it. A victim. And a lover. Show me this connection. Ecstasis, I mean, it doesn't really get much better than that. I like you. I like you seems a little tame for ecstasis. Oh, it is. And we've got paradise, and somebody's heartbroken here. This is happiness, expansion, joy. Is exactly what the ecstasis card does speak of. And yet somebody's deeply hurt. Because, well, they may be in separation now. But there is the Lady of the Harvest here. There's something sad. There's something someone is grieving. It doesn't feel like their connection, but there is grieving here. Or there's something somebody needs to let go of to make this happen. Why heartbroken? Why have we got heartbroken between this couple? There's something wrong, because there's a lie. It's the fox. It's a lie. It can sometimes mean there's someone else in the picture. Show me the false person that's creating the heartbreak. So this is trouble at home. This could be, I mean, it's usually a family member. And we have got Cancer, you know, mother, parents, and confusion, depression, sadness, grieving. That's the lie, the false person for this heartbreak. There's some sort of secret here, but I don't know if it's a particularly bad one. Can involve gambling sometimes. There's some sort of risk here that is a secret. or it's just something that you don't know about yet. It is your future energy ultimately, Capricorn. But the moon is speaking of recognition, sometimes reward. It can be job offer, fame. I don't know, someone is, you know, on like, you know, I'm hearing ABBA, The Winner Takes It All. So it might well be that, you know, I don't know, there might be some sort of arranged partnership or marriage here that someone's got involved in, because it does fulfill other, you know, life area wishes. And that has been at the expense of someone else. At the expense of money. And this older man, I can literally speak of a pension fund and a couple. Okay, let me take you some advice. Let me know if it resonates. I hope you find it useful. There is ultimately some sort of success here, and it's big success, and there may even be an offer coming your way, but there is something that you don't know the full story about yet. But we have ecstasis, you know, that is healing of whatever's gone down the past, you know. This may be you involved in the past with this person. Advice for Capricorn. Advice for Capricorn. The spring. Advice for Capricorn. We're in the spring. Oh. The sage. Be devoted and committed, and also fearless and strong with the warrior. And spring is a timeline indicator as to when this is likely to manifest. The sage is asking you to go the whole road and back again, not to miss anything. You know, to be peaceful. Journal sometimes. It's asking you to, you know, think wisely. Show me for Capricorn what the sage is saying. Advice for Capricorn with the sage. Advice for Capricorn with the sage. Miracle and self-worth. The miracle is also about a reward card, like the moon, and it's a reward for doing the right thing. And in this case, it's actually about giving money back that, you know, wasn't yours, because that's what she does in this card. She just gets too much change and she takes it back to the shop. She lives in a village called Darkville, which is utterly miserable, full of, you know, miserable, greedy people. And she does the right thing. So I think it's asking you to remain positive. I think there's stuff that needs to play out here for you, Capricorn. It's coming in the very near future. I don't know if you are the Emperor, you've had this level of success, or this is someone that you're dealing with here. Self-worth is asking you not to doubt yourself, even if others doubt you. You know, don't fall into the trap of convincing others of your worthiness. Okay, that's your reading, guys. I hope you find it useful. Do take care. Bye.